Vai sentando os dali. Kalau ketemu doi di kemeja belaga-bai Laga nyapa tapi nyalinya sih gak seberapa. Yo, buat orang gitu, gue sih juga bisa ngomong. Mari sini bertemu saya leher kumbang I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, speaking fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious.
What if Subaru chose Rezero? In the Wrath-If route, Subaru's desire for revenge consumes him. He lashes out at everyone, even innocents, becoming the leader of the Pleiades Mafia. But as his obsession grows, so does his emptiness. His relationships crumble. Emilia loses all color in his eyes, and only Ram acknowledges him, driven by her hatred. As the Purge King, finds no purpose, only endless suffering. In the end, he allows Ram to kill him, realizing all the bloodshed was meaningless.
Let's talk about the Rezero route where Subaru became the Purge King, killing 126,000 people. The Purge King is one of the most mentally broken versions of Subaru we have. In this route, Subaru started a criminal organization called Pleiades, which quickly rose to become one of the most powerful organizations in the world. Subaru even managed to recruit the second and third strongest people in Rezero to his organization. This being Cecilus, one of the divine generals of the Valachian Empire, and Hannibal, the strongest ninja in Rezero. This organization was so strong the Kingdom of Lagunica basically declared war on them, sending Reinhardt. And in this conflict, Reinhardt almost died, but that's for another video. In this route, Subaru was so cruel he'd often decide the fate of people from a coin flip. So how did Subaru end up this way? So this route diverges at the end of episode 7 of the anime, which is when Ram was trying to kill Subaru after Rem's death from the curse. Beatrice offered her protection to Subaru from Ram. In the main route, Subaru refused her help and decided to jump off the cliff so he can return by death, which would allow him to continue looping till he saved everyone in the mansion. But Subaru in the Wrath If didn't jump off the cliff and actually accepted Beatrice's offer to protect him. Even with Beatrice teleporting Subaru away to protect him, Ram still finds Subaru. So with Subaru being so weak and exhausted, Ram catches Subaru and starts to strangle him to death. However, luckily for Subaru, in the middle of all this, Ram collapses. Because while chasing Subaru, she ran into a lot of mobbies, which brought her to the brink of death from her injuries. So Subaru grabs a rock and starts smashing her face in. This is where the Rezero Wrath story truly begins, and the story gets a flash forward to current Subaru. So what happened in the battle between the Purge King Natsuki Subaru versus Reinhardt? There's a blinding light in the middle of the reception hall in Subaru's castle called Pandemonium. 18 of Subaru's men were obliterated and the structure of the building started to collapse. The Kingdom of Lagunica sent Reinhardt and a legion of knights to take down Subaru's organization. So after the blinding light and the dust clears, Reinhardt Vanastrius shows up in the middle of the throne room in Subaru's castle. But Reinhardt notices that Subaru is still on his throne despite the attack. The Purge King Subaru tells Reinhardt that he's already seen this attack before back at the capital, and that he's made preparations for it just in case Reinhardt and Lagunica attack him. And this is when Reinhardt first figures out who the Purge King is. So then Subaru and Hannibal escape and leave Cecilus to fight Reinhardt. In my last video I mentioned how Cecilus was one of the divine generals of the Valachian Empire, and that he's one of the strongest people in Rezero. So the battle between Cecilus and Reinhardt sends tremors throughout the entire castle, which destroys a door on Amelia's prison where Subaru was keeping her. Amelia escapes and runs through the castle looking for Subaru, but instead runs into Reinhardt, who's severely wounded after his battle with Cecilus. Reinhardt tells Amelia to leave with him, and there's dragon carriages outside waiting to take her back to the capital. But Amelia says no and that she wants to stay with Subaru. While Reinhardt was begging Amelia to leave with him, a sword of ice pierced through his stomach. Reinhardt was shocked because he had divine protections that were supposed to block such attacks. However, Amelia attacked Reinhardt unconsciously, meaning that his divine protections couldn't detect her attack. And she slowly started to understand that the reason why she did this was because Reinhardt was a threat to Subaru's existence. Her unconscious mind was attempting to protect Subaru. Reinhardt then reveals to Amelia that Subaru has killed 126,000 people. Amelia was shocked, but her decision to stay with Subaru didn't change. She summoned Puck and both of them faced off against Reinhardt. So during this time when Subaru's running away with Hannibal, Frederica, who Subaru kidnapped and turned into a maid for the organization, attacked Subaru but was easily dealt with by Hannibal. Subaru spares her life despite the attack, and even tells Hannibal to leave him and run, because it was clear to Subaru that the time of the Purge King and Pleiades was over. After Hannibal leaves, Subaru keeps running by himself, but eventually Amelia finds him. Amelia runs up to Subaru and hugs him, begging him to run away with her, and explained that she initially hated Subaru because of what he did to her and others as the Purge King, but now none of that matters and she forgives him. This made Subaru distrust Amelia, causing her figure to lose color in Subaru's vision. To Subaru, what he's done as a Purge King is considered unforgivable. Subaru believes that it's impossible to forgive him for all the horrible things he's done. Subaru shoves Amelia across the room and calls her a liar. Seeing Amelia lose her color makes Subaru scream in agony and fear. The entire world for Subaru is colored in black and white because he considers everything in the world a lie. The only people in the entire world who showed any color were Beatrice, who Subaru already killed, and Amelia before she started to lose her own color. However, there is still one other person besides Amelia and Beatrice. In a desperate attempt to see some color, Subaru runs away from Amelia and runs to a secret room in his office. Within the secret room, there is a girl with pink hair. Ram looks up at Subaru and says, "Are you ready to die, Barusu?" With hatred in her eyes, she grabs Subaru's neck. And that's the end of the Wrath route for Rezero.
In olden days, I would have rewarded your insolence with death 1,000-fold.